The word religion simply means re-ligament. Ligament meaning to bind or tie, and re is to do it over again. Religion could be used for anything we repeatedly bind ourselves to, but we most commonly associate it with what we do to bind, rebind, and keep binding ourselves to God, the practice of living out our faith or trusting in Him. A friend of mine was watching athletics on TV when her young daughter asks, "Mum, why are they running in only their knickers?" "Well, it's simple," she replied. "They strip off everything that might slow them down." Today, religion can be so heavily dressed that it can hinder us from actually binding or connecting with God. In Hebrews 12, we are encouraged to throw off everything that hinders in order to run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Stripping our religion down to its bare essentials is exposing, a bit like stripping down to run in your underwear. But it needs to be done if we want to see the essence of what it is to meaningfully run in our human race, being tied to God. And it will also help us decide which, if any or all, of the religions can actually make that tie, that continued and eternal connection with God. Because that's how long we assume our relationship with God will be. Eternal. When you are bound to something or someone, you change to become more like it or them, even more so when that thing or person is so much bigger than you. So, with God being eternal, we too, who are currently not eternal, become eternal by being bound to Him. You see, eternal life is a natural consequence or side effect of our relationship with God, not the reason for it. This is important because relationships don't last if they're based on what we can get out of somebody, because that's basically shallow and selfish. For our relationship with God to be meaningful and lasting, it needs to be deeper than that. So, this essential element, the must-have thing that religion, once stripped down, does, that facilitates and lasts for eternity, what is it? What keeps relationships going and going and going and going forever? Well, it's hard to see how anything or any practice or series of practices can do it. Only love. Love could do it, because love always offers a way forward for everybody. Only love can bind more than one thing together forever while still allowing them to be different. I can't think of anything else that can facilitate eternity. And now these three remain, says the Apostle Paul: faith, hope and love. But the greatest of these is love. So true religion that binds us with God, has to be one that prioritises love above everything else. Love is the bare essential that we need to run the best race. There is an idea that all religions are just different paths up the same God mountain, each with their own obstacles, requirements and characteristics, but sharing a finish line. It's a good idea because, in theory, it demonstrates love. It's inclusive. People from every culture with different knowledge, education and experiences would all be welcome. But of course, it'd be difficult to share a mountaintop. If we're taught to fight each other, we'd end up killing each other off. In that case, different mountaintops would be a bit better. But different mountaintops would just defer the same problem to a middle management of multiple gods or multiple personalities within God. They'd have to agree not to kill each other off in their cosmic world. They would, in effect, have to act as one and love one another. So many gods or one God, there can only be one eternal spirit, a spirit of love.